Hey everyone, Ogunslaw from Firewind Refuge. Today, we're diving into a topic that's critically important to our environment, native planting. Have you ever wondered what makes a plant native? Why are they so important? And how do they shape the world around us? Well, this is the video for you then. Let's explore everything that you need to know about native plants. From their role in the local ecosystem, to the unique species that you can find here in North America. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the Homestead. It really helps us out here. So, first things first, what exactly is a native plant? A plant is considered native when it occurs naturally in any certain region or ecosystem without human intervention. These plants have evolved over thousands, sometimes millions of years alongside the local wildlife and other plants and climate. Now, let's contrast that with non-native plants. What is a non-native plant? Well, it's pretty much the opposite of a native plant. These are species that have been introduced by humans either intentionally or accidental. Think of plants like the tulip. The tulip is not native to North America. It's native to Central Asia and was brought to the Americas as an ornamental plant. Or Kentucky bluegrass. One of the most common lawn grasses you see is not actually native to North America. It's native to Central Europe. Then there's the dreaded invasive plants, a subset of non-native plants. These plants tend to spread extremely aggressively and outcompete the local plants for resources. Invasive species like the tree of heaven and Japanese knotweed can completely just wreak havoc on local ecosystems and completely destroy any native plants that are in that area. Native plants are the backbone of a healthy ecosystem. They've co-evolved with the local climate and the soil and the watering, that they are completely and perfectly ready and adapted for that local climate that they are in. This means they play a crucial role in maintaining a balanced ecosystem in your local area. So if you decide to plant natively, then you're not going to have to do a whole lot of work in the garden. For example, look at this field of bittercress behind me. I keep it lawn like this for a purpose. One, to promote the local wildlife, because birds and other small critters like to use this in the winter months for cover from the winter elements and whatnot and to sleep in. And two, for soil erosion. If I cut all of these back and let them just die off, then this is all going to be a giant mud pit every time that it rains. But the fact that I keep this field overgrown like this during the winter months allows it so that there's no excess water runoff. Because look over here. The area where I don't keep it, look, there's a runoff water trench from soil erosion. You go in this field over here, you're not gonna see anything like that in the soil because it's a native plant that I kept long and kept it overgrown, and now it completely and perfectly balances the ecosystem in that area. And one of the most important factors for me to plant native is the lifeline it provides local wildlife. Birds, bees, butterflies, and countless other species rely on native plants for food, shelter, and breeding grounds. To be even more specific, monarch butterflies, the iconic butterfly that I'm sure all of you can recognize, rely exclusively on milkweed to lay their eggs. And milkweed is native to North America. And so without the planting and distribution of milkweed, then the monarch butterfly species would no longer exist and would struggle severely to survive to the point where it might become extinct. Native plants also support the local bird population. Plants like oak trees, for instance, host hundreds of species of caterpillar, an essential food source for baby birds. The difference is night and day. A native garden is like a bustling city of wildlife, while a non-native garden can feel almost like a ghost town. By reducing the need for chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and excessive watering, native plants lower our ecological footprint immensely. Plus, native plants are usually champions at carbon filtering. Trees like red maples and white oaks, which are native to North America, absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, helping mitigate the effects of global warming. Healthy native ecosystems also improve air and water quality and can even reduce urban heat by providing shade. So, what are some native plants that you can find across North America? Here's a few common standouts that you can start planting in your own backyard. Eastern redbud, a small tree with vibrant pink flowers in spring. My personal favorite, black-eyed Susan, a cheerful yellow flower that's really easy to grow. Switchgrass, a hardy grass that thrives in prairies and open fields. Serviceberry, a shrub that produces edible berries loved by birds and other wildlife. These plants are not only beautiful, but also incredibly beneficial to the local wildlife. As I've said countless times in this video already, I sound like a broken record at this point. And now, let's zoom in a little bit more to my state that I'm in right now, West Virginia. It's very diverse here because it's in the Appalachian region. It's one of the only places in North America that actually holds a temperate rainforest, believe it or not. So, what are some local natives that you can find here in the state? Well, Virginia bluebells, a delicate blue flower that blooms early in spring. Wild columbine, a red and yellow flower that attracts butterflies and hummingbirds alike. Mountain laurel, a flowering shrub with clusters of pink and white blooms, a West Virginia favorite. And the most well-known in West Virginia, the sugar maple, known for its gorgeous fall foliage and its role in maple syrup production. West Virginia's local wildlife is perfectly adapted to the Appalachian region, supporting the rich tapestry of local wildlife and ecosystem that thrive here. Now that you've watched the video, how do you bring the beauty and benefits of native plants to your own backyard? Research and find out what is local native to your area. If you can, try to avoid buying ornamental plants. Even if they're labeled as non-invasive, try to keep it local as much as possible. You can start planting pollinator-friendly plants like coneflowers and milkweeds throughout your property and give those butterflies and bees a place to get started. And adding shrubs like elderberry and spicebush is going to help attract birds and promote your local soil. And honestly, if you have the land available like I do, I live on 40 acres, just let it grow wild. This area behind me is a clearing for power lines, and I just let it go and let whatever is local grow there and thrive there. I know that it's the dead season right now, so it kind of looks ugly, but during the spring and summertime, this entire alleyway, I call it Flower Alley because it's like a meadow filled with local flowers like milkweed and coneflower, chicory, dandelion, you name it. It's beautiful and it's always buzzing. It's like a central highway for local wildlife. So as you can see, native plants are not only beautiful, but also essential to the local ecosystem. Every plant that you plant that's native, you're contributing to nature conservation, to the local wildlife, to the local ecosystem, and all around a healthier planet. That's all I have for you guys in this video. I hope you found something useful in here. And comment below what your favorite local native plant is. I want to know. I'm Ogunslaw from Firewind Refuge. Go hug a tree. I'll see you guys next time.